Good morning. This is the Journey to a Winning Anyway Life. As usual, I am your host, Life Pastor Kyle, for all things winning. I want you to come in and prepare yourselves for what's about to happen today. It's going to be a good one. Hello, Dr. Emery Shelvin, Minister Tamla Ricks. I see you there. Brittany Long, early in the morning to my prophet. No, thank you. Bree Piper, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Listen, I hope y'all are ready for an amazing weekend. I don't care what's happening. Hey, Mabel. Tell all the kids we said hello. Are y'all on spring break with the kids this week, or was it last week? Hey, Maria. God bless you. Good to see you. Deja Young, come on in. So happy to see all of y'all this morning. Taika Lee, Minister Anita Holloway, I see y'all. Taika Lee, I saw you say if your church wasn't on, you wouldn't be on Facebook. Well, you can take a break from Facebook if you like and go to YouTube. We're on YouTube as well. At all costs, keep your sanity. Keep your peace. Good morning, Manny Saeed. Many of you said it on Wednesday. I was like, we'll see. Good morning, Valencia. Good to see you. Yeah, I said we'll see. So I want to do this version for you guys. It's going to be amazing. I want to talk about The Move Is On. This is the coaching session, not the preaching session. Canvas Booker, SAP. Kevin Matthews, good morning, sir. Keith Young Jr., man, good to see all of y'all coming in. It's going to be an amazing morning. And I declare it, I decree it, and I receive it. Maria said headed down I-10, but tuned in. Gotcha. So y'all headed back. Okay, I understand. I definitely understand. Text me or inbox me. Or text me is better. I'll look for your text. I want to talk this morning about The Move Is On. In the coaching sense. Renika Bolden, good morning. I want to talk about The Move Is On, the coaching part of The Move Is On. I think oftentimes my voice is like it is, so it comes out preachy. So I think I'm readjusting my mic and everything, and I'm really probably gonna rest my voice a little bit, so I don't sound so preachy. But I do want to be effective, and hope all things are well. So in talking about The Move Is On last week, hey, Minister Blunt, how you doing? I was very much so. You leave it open, honey. Very much so. Intrigued with the lesson and what I was dealing with in my mind and spirit and praying about for some other people. Got to the area where we dealt with that residual versus residue. Hey, Andrea Thomas. So I think I'm going to kind of lay into that a little bit more to help you out, because anytime you deal with moving, you have to determine how you're going to move and make sure you're not moving from just the fear of residue or frustration, that you're able to move in an area where you can have residual in your life. So with that being said, I got about another 30 seconds. I want to get into it and see if we can get something out of it. I don't know what my wife is doing while she's calling me. I think the truck went to her thing. The music went to her thing is what it is. But I don't know why she called me. So I teach her how to do that. Do all you have to do, but don't disturb my live. Come back in. If you need something, come back in. Whenever things are going crazy in your life, I'm fine with the music being gone. Whenever things are going crazy in your life, there are levels in your life. Hey, Trish, there are levels in your life that will change your mindset about things. And what makes things difficult is that the frustration of not having what you want will make you respond in a way that exposes your frustration. And sometimes somebody shout, that's not good. You ain't got to type it. I'm just saying, you got to tell your mind, that's not good. And so when it's not good, you have to deal with things on a different level. Okay. Hey, Kiara Morris. Good morning to you as well. And so oftentimes, your frustration will do things differently in your life. Hey, Brewer. You want to always respond from what's positive and not what's negative. Hello, Cause Divine. And so in explaining what residue and residual is, let me give you real good clarity real quick. Residue or residual and residual, hello, Geraldine, what you leave behind. Now, this morning's going to be a real good coaching morning. I won't be doing a bunch of preaching, but coaching. But what you leave behind says everything about where you're going. Good morning, Tisa Caryo on YouTube. What you leave behind says everything about where you're going. Because if you're not leaving a good trail behind you, where you're going is probably not going to be a good place. Even the Bible says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children and his children's children, which means what you leave behind, the attitude, the taste in people's mouth, in the person's mouth that you leave, says everything about where you're really going. Hello, Jasmine. And so let's just talk about it. I know I gave it to you on the church scene. If I can give it to you on the regular scene, please type the word ready. Type the word, y'all know me, type the word ready. I want to be able to give you this in a clear way and then give you maybe 2 or 3 points to get you out, to make sure you don't remain in this place where you're dealing with residue. Tisa call you the first one. So I'm ready. I'm ready. It's Friday. You ready? After you have a crazy week at work, you ready for it. I got you. Renelle Alexander, God bless you. Good to see you. Eric Trotman, good to see you as well. Y'all ready? Let's jump into it, okay? I think y'all really gonna be blessed by this one. I really was. Let me tell you what residual is so you'll get it in a real form. Residual is something that continues to work for you. You know, investments or something you put into something that gives you something back. Residual is a type of overflow. See, I'll tell you, I'm coming to help you. It's a hey, Alicia Taylor, it's a lasting benefit. It's something that continues to go on and on. Hello, Laura Rubin. And for example, it's either like your income can be residual. Your influence can be residual. People on TikTok that are getting, or wherever they are, YouTube, that are getting paid, they're getting paid residuals from something that went viral. They're getting residuals from it. And so residual is an income. It could be an influence. It could be something that's left over that continues to work for you. And in the natural, you want residual to represent your integrity. Your integrity that remains even when you're not actively working for it anymore. People just know who you are and know you are a person of integrity, and that therefore the residual of it blesses your life and your future. You ready? I'm all morning. I'm going after something. Residual is the evidence of some good moves. When I said earlier, you make bad moves and bad choices, bad decision. Residuals that come in is the evidence of good moves in your life. You made some good moves, and so therefore you have residual. People learn about who you are. They trust who you are. You get clients in your business. You get promotions at work because you do good work and you make good moves. Now let's discuss this residue. Residue is what's left over that after its time, it continues to work against you. Got it? Hey, Rosalind. It continues to work against you. Residue can be what's left over buildup. I see you on your birthday, Pastor Augustine. Good to see you, sir. God bless you, man. Residue is what's left over that continues to work against you. Good morning, Tonita. Like I said the other day, you make spaghetti and you leave it in the pot and leave it in the sink too long, it starts to smell. It works against you. Residue works against you. Residual works for you. Here we go. Going further. Residue is a buildup. You got to watch it because it will sometimes create a level of emotional instability because of something that was left over that's working against you. I'm not going spiritual. I'm just helping y'all out. Residue could be a bad habit or a toxic relationship or watch this. Oh man, I really want to help. I know y'all here, 29 of you here, 13 of you liked it. Please do what we do when you come into a room. If you don't type anything, at least hit the like or love button. Just tap the like or love button. Listen. Emotional stability. It could be residue buildup. It could be a bad habit, a toxic relationship. But here's the problem. I want to help somebody. Here we go. Or sometimes it's the regret that you think no one else sees. Oh, y'all told me y'all ready. If I can help you, just one more time, type in, not one more time, but another time, type in help. Type in help, and I want to break this in real quick to get some residue off you real quick. Because before you can get residue off of you, it must be honestly and earnestly identified. Come on. I think we're going to have a good time today. Just type the word help. I want to help you. I want to help you get another layer of residue off of you. I see you, Tonita. I see you, Geraldine. I want to help you get another level of residue off of you and out of you. I see y'all. Y'all typing fast today. Come on. And y'all did tap the like or love button. Thank y'all so much. Here we go. I want to make sure you get it, because if you don't get it, you'll be wearing residue and think nobody sees it. So here's where it comes in. Let's get there. When you have emotional instability or bad habits or bad relationships, and it turns into regret. Hey, Mama Pat, good to see you. Hope you had a good work night. It turns to regret, and you think no one sees your regret. Let me expose to you, and I hope you will hear my heart, and I hope you will hear this level with maturity. Hello, Tamisha Figaro. Hope your mom's doing better. Praying for her. When you think no one sees you and you are around adults, the devil has already fooled you. Or I'll say the enemy. The enemy has already fooled you. Hey, Tarika Hood. The reason why devil has fooled you is because he tends to think or make you think that you are the only adult in a room. And you may not be able to see it. But, okay. We may not be able to see your regret in you, but we can see it in the response from you. Okay. When you are a person who are around people, and especially I'd say for me, and you act one way all the time, and you build a pattern of who you are all the time, okay, it becomes a residual. I realize this is who you are, and so I bless that individual. But when you start now responding from residue and it changes, and you change, it is very immature of you to think that someone won't see your change. Got it? It's very strange for you to think no one will see your change. I'm around you all the time. You're good, you do this, and all of a sudden now you don't do it anymore, or you stop doing it. Then all of a sudden you start being rude and you start being sarcastic. We know you are now functioning from something that's inside of you. And we know that is not good. Now here's where it gets difficult. You have to deal with removing residue and regret quickly. Because if you don't, it will set up camp in your life. And then it will become your natural level or natural place of habitation. And you will think it's protecting you when in reality, it's exposing a deficiency in your heart. Got it? The problem is when you start trying to pressure other people to believe that this is who you are now, when we know that who you were, God was showing us who you were in kingdom, and now you're moving out of life protection, we know now you don't even know that you are involved in witchcraft, your own witchcraft, because you're now allowing the devil to make you try and persuade us or manipulate us to believe that you're good when we know you are responding from a place of residue, because a place of residue never gives you residual. It never gives you residual. As I tell people, I say it before they do it, and I watch people who I give them the answer. Hey, Suzette Mayweather, good to see you. We got to connect for real, for real, for real. I see you moving, and I tell them what it is, but they don't want to hear. Come on, I like that, Pastor. He said residue. He said residue in a glass. I like this. Residue in a glass contaminates the new content. Yes, it does. But before it contaminates the content, it completely contaminates the whole glass. It starts out in the bottom of the glass, comes to the top, covers the whole glass. Eventually, what's inside the glass contaminates what's outside the glass. So not only does it contaminate the content, it contaminates whoever touches the glass, because now the glass is affected. And now you're spreading a level of residue instead of residual. Why you keep using the word witchcraft a lot? Because we operate in it and not know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, you operate in it and be spreading it and then be mad at people who don't receive the less of you when we know that there is a better you. And especially if someone tells you what it is. I tell people, please, I'm 54 now, so games are not my thing. Hey, Charles Elder, don't be in my life and back up. Because I'm not going to let you rotate in and out. You're going to not be trusted. You will not get to ever be that close again. Because if you didn't respect the position when you were there, then you can't be trusted to move back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Because being a real prophet, God lets me hear what you say when you're back. And then when you come forward, I'm not able to lie to you for real. So here's what residue is. I got to move. Y'all got to move. My time is going. Residue is the evidence of unprocessed moments. This was good. I told First Lady, I said, honey, this is going to be a good one. I was typing. Residue is going, I was on the phone with a couple people. I started hearing stuff. It was like, you typing. I was like, yep. Residue is the evidence of unprocessed moments. You got me, Kiara? This is what it is. Residue is when you, and this is where the witchcraft comes in. I won't say the devil. I'm going all the way. It's either God or it's the enemy. I'm going all the way. Hey, Roy Sales. Residue is when you start responding. Let me tell you how it ends up being witchcraft. You start responding from a place and then you don't tell the person. Got it? You start standing in a place and responding from a place, telling people what you think and how you feel based on an unprocessed moment when the person you're talking to was never a part of your moment. They didn't hurt you. They wasn't there. Watch this. And even if they did, if you didn't obey the Bible and mature, grow up, put down your cell phone, get off Instagram, stop acting like I really don't do social media. You lie because you wanted to talk to everybody else in the world. You lie. You just avoid certain people. That's what witches do. You avoid people who know your truth and who can call you out or who you think. That's how the enemy works. Now, I won't say Satan. I'll move from witchcraft because y'all get really offended when I say things like that. Let's move you forward. Let me help you out. Then what you'll do is you'll say you're protecting yourself when in reality, you're just avoiding having a conversation because you've blown up in your mind. Now, the prophet has said it over and over and over and over, that because it's conversational does not mean it has to be confrontational. But because you believe what you believe, then you avoid having conversation. And then when somebody judges you as being immature because you don't know how to have conversation, because here's a problem, a child or an adult who does not have challenging, growing conversations end up repeating things from their past that are irrelevant. So you start talking and responding from unprocessed moments because immature people wait for people to ask them, what's wrong with you? If y'all think about it, realize I haven't asked anybody around in my circle or at church or in my life, what's wrong with you? Because I told God I wouldn't use that phrase again. Because if they're not trusting enough of me or my gift, who I've been, to say, can I talk to you? This is how I feel. This is what I think. I don't think I'm putting you in a place of value for me to keep asking you, what's wrong with you? Because eventually the enemy uses someone you care about to come and show up responding from unprocessed moments to distract you from your process moments, your God-given assignment. And now you have to stop your tracks to see what's wrong with you. So anytime the devil wants to use you, he uses the person who wants to disconnect but won't. They just stay around living out of unprocessed moments. Because that's what residue is. What residue is. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday. They said, I can't stand it. I said, what's wrong? They said, I can't stand it when you have, they said you have a paper trail. I said, explain what that means. They said, your paper trail is dangerous. I said, why? Because you don't forget nothing. You know how things work. I said, no, it's not a paper trail. God sends you people. Here we go, Manny. God will send you people. That's it, Pastor. You sure right. God, here we go, man. I'm gonna help you right here. God will send you people that you're supposed to be accountable to. And the reason why he sends you, I'm doing the best I can, Pastor. I'm doing the best I can. Listen, God will send you people that you're supposed to be accountable to. Because if God doesn't send you people who can show you your pattern, that's what a coach is, or that's what a spiritual father is supposed to do. That's what people in your life that are not on your level are supposed to do. They're supposed to show you your record so you can better your record. I asked this on Wednesday night. Why is it when someone tells you the truth about your record, you get offended with them for showing you your truth? It's funny. You know, a person's supposed to be able to say, remember, first week you did this, second week you did it again, third week you did it again, we're in the fourth week it happened again. It could be anything. Instead of you as an adult looking at it and saying, wow, I did do that, you find a reason to get offended. And then you find out, what about what you did? That's a child. That's a child. What about, you did this? No. Let's stay on task and on subject. Most people don't want to because they don't want to be accountable for what it is that they know is truth. And that's when you know that the enemy has their mind and ultimately their life. Hey, Wandale Brewer, I got to go. So residue, hey, Bishop Lamont Hilliard. So here we go again. We got to go. I'm gonna fly now because I got to go. Residual is the evidence of good moves. Residue is the evidence of unprocessed moments. You got it? What I want to do now is for those who've already logged off, thank you and God bless you. For those that are on, please tap that like a love button. I want to give you the 5 ways to win. I want to show you how to turn your residue into residual. It's possible. It's possible to turn your residue into residual. Number 1, I gotta go. So I can do it. Number 1, you have to honestly reframe your past. Yeah, you have to reframe your past. Take your past out, and reframe your past. Because you have to stop letting the residue of your past define the life of your now. You have to stop letting the residue of your past define the life of your now. Toledo Addison, I see you. Because residue becomes residual when you reframe it into a fuel place, a place that fuels you. You know what? This residue has bothered me long enough. It's now gonna bless me. Every time the enemy comes, I said it Wednesday, I'm gonna break down and tell somebody the truth. So I'm able to now turn residue, got it? Turn it into fuel. Yeah, reframe your past. That's it, Manny. So watch this. Because here's the deal. We can't make people change, but we know which one is residing. We know whether you're in your residual or in your residue. And we know it by how you respond. You got it? So watch this. Everything you say is supposed to be a power move. It's supposed to be something you say to make yourself seem superior. And then when things happen, watch this, you tell your story. And when you tell your story to people, we can hear. Here we go. I'm in coaching mode now. Here we go, Alicia. Gotta set up your meeting too, Alicia. Listen, when you tell your story, you're supposed to tell it like a testimony, but instead you tell it like a tragedy. The only time your life story is still a tragedy, I feel the Holy Ghost in my coaching. The only time your life story is still a tragedy when you haven't matured to make it a testimony. Because you don't see it as a testimony yet because you're still looking at what pain it did and who they did, and you're still waiting on their vengeance before you can call it a testimony. Pastor, you can use any of this, man. You free to use it. We talk. This is my family, my blood family. I grew up on the next street from his mother's house. I was in his bedroom playing with his army things while he was at work and at school. Bless you, Pastor. Yeah, watch this. Here we go. Here we go, Maria. Here we go. Here we go, Bree Piper. When you tell your story, it should be, I went through this. Your face should have that of a, y'all making me preach now, I feel it. Your face and your attitude should have that of an overcomer. Listen, let me tell you what I went through. I went through this. I went through that. I went through this. Oh my God, I went through this. Then you start getting happy because you went through it. Instead, your head is down and you're saying, you know what? Good morning, Sabrina. God bless you. Good to see you. I went through this. I went through that. I went through this and this happened to me and he took everything. You still in tragedy. You need to reframe your past. You still stuck there. You're stuck in the tragedy because you've chosen not to move. You got it? Oh, here we go. Teresa, everything should be a testimony. If you're alive to breathe, it's testimony. Our problem is we don't have days. The Bible says his mercy, his grace, all that stuff is new every morning. Got it? It's new every morning. So why do we have the testimony from yesterday tomorrow? Doesn't make sense. Tell your story like a testimony, not a tragedy. Here's what I'm gonna give you. Here's the win for number one. Turn your pain into your platform. Most of y'all want to be social media influencers, all kind of stuff. You can't be a social media influence if you are an influence to yourself. Listen, it's mental. Y'all got it mixed up. Social media influencers are not people who are influencers on social media. They're people who are influencers, have learned what to make people on social media believe about them. They're not influencers in real life. I can hit you in the gut and tell you. The person that makes $50 million a month is not on social media asking you to do a class. $50 million a month. They're not on social media asking you to take their class. I'm a money person. Here's the answer. I made $50 million, but I just spent $45 million to get my stuff where I wanted it to be. So technically, I only grossed $5 million. And with that $5 million, I have to pay assistants to help me do what I do. So technically, I'm only an influencer in my mind. Trying to help people. Before you can become an influencer for real, I've heard that like 5 times, 5 different people. I want to be an influencer. Be it. An influence is not something you aim at being. It's something that aims at you because you are. Y'all messing me up. Number one, turn your pain into a platform. Did that help anybody? I'm trying to help people. I try and help people and people think I'm throwing at them. So what I do is I stop throwing and I throw at people who holding the glove. So turn your pain into a platform. But you got to be delivered. Nobody wants to hear your tragedy. We want to hear how you triumphed over the situation. Hey, Brown Galilee. This is number two. Number one, reframe your past. Number two, refocus your energy. You better scream, Tonita. Refocus your energy. Because as you go through life, reframe your past, it's going to take your energy. I'm coming, Geraldine. I'm doing my best I can. I'm doing the best I can. Listen, so here it is. I got to refocus my energy. I got to refocus it. How do you do it? Here we go. Sydney, how we do it? You do it by managing your expectations. Mind blowing. What? I refocus my energy by not wasting energy, by managing my expectations. I have to stop assuming that people want what's best for them. I have to, it's me. I have to stop assuming that people want better. I have to stop assuming that people value my go-through enough to hear my wisdom to get out of where they are. I have to value my own level and manage my own level of expectation, thinking that people trust the track record of how they got where they are. I have to value my own mindset, because I expect people to do a certain thing. If I helped you get a car, helped you get a house, helped you do better, helped you survive a job, helped you survive a relationship, helped you survive a divorce, helped you change your mindset, help you grow, help you do all that. I don't expect you to be the one to rebel when I say something that you don't like, and I'm still saying that's your next level. I don't expect to have witchcraft from you. Why is it witchcraft? Why you keep going there? Because when a person works so hard to build a certain rapport with you and a relationship with you to get you to a certain place that you didn't pay them for, and they help push you there. And then when you think you've gotten there, then you're too busy to reciprocate what got you where you are. But you still expect people to give you the influence of how you got where you are, while you're not really connected to the root of where you are. Then you can't expect really to get too much further than where you are, not at the speed you were going, because you had somebody with, watch this, good and bad experiences pushing you. So some places you got to, you didn't even do anything. You were pushed there. You got there because you were connected and blessed. I'm gonna talk about the power of kingdom connections real soon. You were pushed there. You were guided there. You were led there. Yeah, issues went on and things happened, but you can't deny it, because if that's the case, everything you got through the person, through their mouth, their influence, their wisdom, their ability, give it all back and then look at you. That's it. Thank you, Lord. Here's how you need to do. Here's a 2B. You need to give everything back to every individual who imparted into your life. See yourself without everything everybody imparted into you, whether it was finance, wisdom, relationships. See yourself without all of that, and then see who you really are, and then tell yourself the truth about who you should be appreciating in your natural life. Praying for, appreciating, not kissing up to, just appreciating. Think about it. Think about it. So number 2, refocus your energy by managing your expectations. Lower your expectations, because in this day and time, everybody's so busy doing their own thing, trying to be it for themselves. They don't have time to be anything for anybody. So therefore, lower your expectations, because the only way to not be disappointed is by not having expectations in something or someone who does not have the same goals, agenda, or mindset to move forward as you. I'm helping you in the early. Jones getting 2 coachings today. We're trying to get it in today. So you have to manage your expectations, because where your attention goes, your momentum flows. That was a good one. Where your attention goes, your momentum flows. So I can tell what people are focused on by what they're excited about. You want to go play basketball? Nah, I'm good. You want to play checkers? Nah, I'm good. Play a video game? Yeah, I think I will. Where your attention goes is where your momentum flows. You get momentum for where you have attention for it. Watch this. So if where your attention goes, your momentum flows, you need to clear your lenses. Because whatever you focus on, you have to make sure that the focus of the residual of what you focused on is clear. You have to make sure that your residual is clear, because if you're not, what you focus on may be residue from something. You may be focusing on something because of residue. If you cleanse your lenses, you'll be able to see that's not worth me focusing on anymore. I need to focus on something where my momentum flows and where I'm creating residual, not residue. Because distractions will drag you back. Got it? It drags you back. So shift from managing your emotions to mastering your life mission. Yeah. Got my emotions in check. I'm okay. I need to now master my mission. What should I really be focused on? Who should I really be focused on? How should I really maintain my focus? So here's the win for number 2. Yeah, I put something together. Since I'm a Winning the Way life coach, I have wins for everyone. Here's the win for number 2. Build momentum by aligning your life with your mission. Stop aligning your life with other people on social media. Many of y'all have picked up wayward spirits. And a spiritual person knows you're not even yourself. You're tired because you're trying to be you and 5 other people. I'm prophetic in my coaching. You're trying to be 5 other people, and you're trying to master how to make you 5 other people. Your self-esteem is bad. You need to get with somebody who can encourage you. I'm saying it harshly because I'm tired of seeing all these strange people that I don't know. The reality is, you should be happy with who God made you. You've not taken enough time. I be in devotion. I be in prayer. Stop saying you pray and you walking around broken and bleeding. You don't pray. You beg. You beg, and you're guilty of spending time with everybody else and then going to God last, or going to God first in hopes. You're not praying in faith. Because God made you. He didn't make you somebody else. He made you you. Well, Pastor, that church do it like that. I don't even care. Well, Pastor, they doing, that's why they growing. Well, guess what? Everybody's not made to be the same size. Your pinky is not the size of your hand. Your big toe is not the size of your elbow. But you use it all and you happy about it. And you should put lotion on all of it to make sure you're not ashy. You got to learn what a mission is and find out what your mission is. Some of y'all are going to die full because you've not taken time to empty or develop who God has made you. That's why I said the move is on. It's time to move back or move into what God has called you to be. You have a gift. You have a calling. Stop witching. Man, I don't know why I'm out there. What's witchcraft? When you see something, lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, pride of life. You see everybody else doing something and think you qualify. You don't even halfway qualify because you haven't been through what they've been through. I told the pastor yesterday. He said, man, y'all look so good. I said, man, that's what almost going through divorce do. That's what almost losing everything do. That's what being so busy trying to help people and not going to God and building your own faith. Once you build your own faith, you can have a flow versus having to work through stuff. Some of y'all are working for stuff that God will have you flowing and giving you. But you don't know what your own life mission is because you're too busy trying to deal with the residue of who you was with, who left you, who didn't want you, why they left, your family, your mama, your cousin. That's all residue. You have not tapped into the residual of your life yet to find out who you really are. And you're afraid to do so because you're around other people who are fake of who they are. So it makes you want to be who they are. So now you have a bunch of, almost said, Elon so-and-so. Yeah. You have a bunch of robots, lack of better words. Let me calm myself back down. You have a bunch of robots. Robots are pre-programmed. And some of y'all are pre-programmed. The only bad part about it is he on here fussing. That's why I don't come to his live. Stay off the live thing. That's why you broke and mentally broke. Physically, mentally, and monetarily. Because this live is not for weak people. Winning is not for the weak. Type that out. Type that out. For the real winners, type that out. Winning is not for the weak. Got a bunch of people. All Elon Musk is doing, he's doing what many of you do every day. You mimic somebody else and you repeat the process. You mimic somebody else, you repeat the process. If it works for them, it should work for you. So you're a robot of somebody who don't know who they are. That's not how God works. That's why you don't have sustainability. Sustainability is when you're an original. When you tap into who you really are. You're an original, and they can't find you nowhere else. They can't find your smile. They can't find your love. They can't find your heart. They can't find anything else. They can't find you anywhere else. That's how you create being a true influence, and you create value because you are authentically something that God created, not something you created because you don't think much of yourself. So refocus your energy. That's number 2. This one's going in the books. Number 3. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Here we go. Number 3. It'll make sense in just a second. Reframe your past because you've been carrying it. Number 2, refocus your energy. Number 3, here we go. Do me a favor. For those that are on here who are not getting ready for work, inhale real big. Exhale. Come on. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Watch this now. The Bible talks about how you meditate day and night. Watch this. You got to learn how to meditate. Inhale and then see yourself releasing some of the stuff that's on your mind while I'm talking to you, while you're getting offended with the truth. Release it. Say, I'm not going to do that any longer. Release it and you'll feel the weight lifted. When you feel the weight, just say me. Number 3 is release the weight. Release the weight. That's number 3. Release the weight. Because you can't move forward carrying who and what you were not meant to carry or keep. Some things God give you to pass on to other people, and some of y'all value, so y'all kept it. And God said that wasn't for you. It's a weight for you. It'd be lightweight for somebody else. I see you, Valencia. I see you, Manny. Release the weight. Drop the dead weight. Drop the guilt. Your family told you you'd never be nothing. Your mama was, because the daddy left, told you you'd never be nothing. So you have this guilt. So because you wanted to be something different than your family, you had this guilt about having to leave your family to be better because they didn't want what God put in you. They wanted what the family does. Drop the weight. The guilt. Drop the grudges, because the grudges is where the roots of your witchcraft is buried. Because you won't release what it is that happened. You won't release what it is. And so the enemy knows right where to go to trigger you. Your grudges. So now you become a ghost of who you should be. A shell of who you should be. Because God can't reside because your guilt and your grudges kick him out. The next level is going to require that you be lighter, because God is going to give you more of what to carry that he had for you. Lighter means being available. It's availability. There's no way God can fill your hands if your hands are full of somebody else or something else. Not physically. I mean, you're full of what they did and how they do it, all these things. And God goes, you're full of the guilt, you're full of dead weight, you're full of the grudges, and you're not available for God to even fill you because you're still full of what you wouldn't release. I want to cry right now, Jesus. What happened? Because I feel people's weight lifting, but I still feel people holding on to it. Watch this. And the people who need to hear this will be up at church standing because they won't make time for what God says. See, I'm a believer that God talks. If God knows I'm going to say a word that would free you for all the things that he wants you to be free of and bless your life, he would tell you, get up and get on the live. Only reason why you won't, you got a grudge and you holding something against the individual that's sponsoring the live. So you'll reject God. Reprobate. Here's what God makes you think you're right and you're wrong. Reprobate is when God turns you over to yourself and let you believe that you're right when you're 1,000% wrong, because you did not retain the word of God in your knowledge. Does not just mean the Bible you read. When God speaks to you, you say no and give him a reason why you say no. And God says, now I give you over to yourself because I'm not your God. Because partial disobedience is disobedience. So number 3, release the weight. What are you saying? What's the win for number 3? Make room for the new blessing by letting go of the old burden. You can't take the new blessing if you don't let go of the old burden. You can't put new wine in old wineskin. It's Bible, y'all. If you don't like fresh Bible, you don't like heaven. Number 4. I gotta go. Number 4, real quick. Cause don't be over there crying by yourself. Reframe your past. Refocus your energy. Release the weight. Number 4, rebuild with intent. Let me show y'all something. Y'all ready? Who have a confidence problem? Please say me. Hurry up. Self-esteem or confidence? This is gonna go an hour. I'm sorry. Self-esteem or confidence? Be honest. Admit it right now, and I'm gonna show you where I'm imparting into you without telling you. Because if I told you, then you would run, because change is not comfortable. Admit it right now. I promise you, admit it, and I'll show you something that I've been imparting into you the whole time, because I'm trying to help you, but you're not focusing on me. I was on a live last night. He said, turn your cameras on and stay focused on the camera. It'll help you focus. If you don't, do something else. Okay, I see all of y'all saying me. Y'all see it? Y'all see each other. So y'all see it's not just one person. That the pandemic messed people up. Watch this. Everything I've said has a re in front of it. Watch this. Reframe your past. Got it? Which means you did it before. You just didn't have the wisdom how to do it. Watch this. Refocus your energy, which means you've been doing it, just need direction. Y'all, this should build your confidence that somebody's pouring into you without you having to beg and need. I'm trying to make sure you get that you What do you mean confidence? Because you have what it takes. You're already doing it. You got it? You already framed your past. You're framing your present based on your past. Reframe, which means do it again. Do it again with the wisdom. Number 2, refocus your energy. You're already doing it, just change directions. I'm trying to help somebody. Number 3, release the weight. Okay, I'll prophesy that one. When you have a lease, it's something that qualifies for a certain time to be in your life. You've leased the weight. The weight has been on you. You've leased it. As long as you let it stay, it has a lease and power to be there. Your dead weight is your lease. Your guilt, I heard that when I said it, is your lease. The grudge, I heard it when I said it, it's your lease. So now I need you to release. Doesn't mean do it lease again. It means let it go. The re gives you the power back. You have your confidence back. Take your low self-esteem to a higher level. Release the weight. Make yourself available for what's next. Make room for your new blessing by letting go of your old burden. Here's your next rebuild with intentions. You got things together. You've been building, but it hadn't been giving you a residual. So now rebuild with intention. Don't build based on somebody else. Build based on what God gives you. Most people can't build business or life because they don't have faith. They trust what everybody else has done. They don't trust what God wants to do with them. They trust that when you trust other individuals' lifestyles or what they do more than your own, what you say is God is good for them, but you also say that's really not good enough for me, so I'll just mimic the end of it. Rebuild with intention. Don't just move on. Remember the lesson title? The move is on. Don't just move on. Got it? Move up. Don't just move on. Move right. Don't just move on. Move with vision. Don't just move on. Move with expectations, your own expectation. How do I do it? Here it is. Rebuild your routines. You've done it before. I know some of y'all, and y'all really aggravate the prophet. Your friend, your pastor's cool. He's loving on you. The prophet, you just aggravate because you have it in you, but you just won't allow it to be mentored, coached, or pushed. Anyway, rebuild your routines with your own vision and own intentions. Rebuild your relationships, the one that got you where you are. Trying to help some people. The ones that got you where you are, when you think you got there, and then you dismantle it, then you end up in the same place again, because life is not about changing. Life is about doing the same thing on different levels. When you get there again and you need them and they're unavailable, watch this, because you block them, then you're going to have a different level of regret and resentment. And you have to tell yourself the truth. I got to be mad at myself because I messed that up. I didn't value what I had. Okay, rebuild with intentions. Rebuild your routines. Rebuild relationships. Rebuild your results. If they're not what you want, rebuild them. Stop complaining about them and rebuild them. I'm all in Gerald's coaching. Not really, but around it. Watch this. So when you rebuild results, don't build by accident. Do what you do by design. Take the time to think, meditate, pray. It may seem strange because you've never seen it. Do it by design. So here it is. Design a future that creates residual for you. Not just money, residual friends, residual money, residual peace, or residual lifestyle. Design a future that creates residual value. My last one. Got it? Here are the re's. I gotta go. Reframe your past. Refocus your energy. Release your weight. Rebuild with intention. Last one. Remain consistent. That's only once you've changed. Only once you've changed. Don't remain consistent in being somebody else. Remain consistent. Watch this. Here's what'll bless you, and I'll be done. Residue fades when you form residual habits. Residue will fade when you start forming residual leftover stuff. It'll fade. Residue will fade out when you start forming residual habits. The only problem is if you don't deal with residue, once your residual habits start paying you, the residue will steal your harvest. But you gotta start building those habits anyway. Because consistency, okay, if you invest money, the goal is never to get interest for your money. The goal is to get into an account that has compound interest. That means watch this, Jordan, I put $100 a month in. Just say if they gave me a number. They say you get 10% every quarter. 10% every quarter will give me $10 on my 100. Well, then next quarter, compound interest means I will get a residual on $110. If I don't take it out, $110, now I get a residual. So my residual is higher based on compound interest. Got it? So then next quarter I get $10 more on 110. So now I get $11. And the next one I get residual on 122, 120, 111, 121. So I end up getting another one. So in other words, my interest keeps growing, my value keeps growing. So is my residual, because consistency is compounded interest. You got it? So watch this. So small little bitty habits you change every day is compound interest. It'll begin to build up to something major if you just let some people help you. People you running from may have something you know. Because they don't live like you live don't mean they don't know something that you need to know. You got it? Here's number 5 win, and I'm done. The win is stack your wins with your consistency. Stack your wins. What do you mean? Here's what compounding interest is. I used to make these bracelets, right? I used to make these. I got a few bags somewhere. I don't really have them out. I put them up so my wife wouldn't go off. Here it is. I make these. I have a whole jewelry company. I have business, everything. See that? That's a whole necklace, bracelet, all of it. And so I used to sell them for when I first started making them, I wasn't experienced. So I sell these for like $20. And then I say, if you buy these and this, I'll do it for like $30. So I'm selling the whole set for $30. Then people say, go up. So I went to like $50. So I make a double necklace with a bracelet, right? $50, no problem. I go to my tailor and go to my store and I see custom bracelets made. And the bracelet costs $125 for the bracelet only. Same stones I had, everything. I said, well, why am I so low? I said, because you don't understand the value of go through. You're sowing the seed and giving based on the lack of effort it took you because you're good with your hands. My name is Dexter, so I'm good with my hands. Dexterity is a hand thing. So when I do my sermons, I would make bracelets and jewelry. So because I didn't put any effort into it, doesn't mean it's the right value. Because now that I've been through hell and high water, my value is a little different. My time to make them is a little different. And so I'm like, wait a minute. I'm charging $30 for a bracelet. The one I paid for that looks like mine but similar redone, like $125. I say, why is my value so low? Because I didn't value my go-through. So now I can make bracelets and make $1,000 in a week. I can make CMOS and make $500 in a night. I can coach and make $1,000 in a month. I can triple the coaching and do 3 people and make $3,000 in a month. That's outside my usual duty of what I work and do. When you're consistent at something, I've been doing this right here online with y'all for almost 8 years. Consistently, 5, but going to coaching for 8. And stacking the wins. Good morning, V. Eric. Here's my final word. Now is the time to tell yourself, the move is on. The move is on. Clean up, watch. The move is on. Here are the 3 things you should do. Let this be the season in your life that you move. Watch this. I'm just giving y'all my old titles from stuff. From stuck to soaring. That means you're no longer in the mud. You're heading to the mountain. From stuck to soaring. Number 2, from wounds to win. What? From wounds to wins. I'm no longer gonna walk around talking about my tragedy and my hurt. I'm gonna talk about how victorious I am because I'm still here. The move is on. Where am I moving to? I'm moving from residue to residual. Because residue reminds you I'm done. But residual rewards you. Is there anybody expecting a reward out of all the stuff you've been through in life? It's time to get rid of your residue and plug into your residual you. You're worth it. You have value. The reason why you got to move is so yesterday, when it comes to look for you, you'll no longer be where you were. I'm Life Pastor Kyle. It's been an amazing day. Kind of open today. I have a couple things on my schedule, and that is it. I'm so excited because I worked hard the last 2 or 3 days. To Wonderlati, the move is on. I'm no more talking about it. I'm just doing it. I don't have conversation around it. We got to be intentional about it. I'm Life Pastor Kyle. It's been an amazing one. Someone asked me earlier. Here it is. You don't have to. That's not what I come on here for. If you want to be a blessing, hey, there it is. Boom. You want to sow, whatever. For those who need coaching, guess what? 2 90-minute coachings, $250. That's special I'm doing for the day. 2 90-minute coaches, $250. Some of you already paid. Don't worry, we're already in there. I'm going quickly because these don't matter to me. My thing is that you've been helped. Go subscribe on my website. Go do that. It's going to be a blessing to your life. It's going to be major. Yeah, 2 90-minute coaches, but each coaching also, people say, you already behind on my coaching. Yeah, I'm stacking them up. I'm going to keep doing it. They got coaches at the end of the year last year. I'm not charging them a dime. They locked in because I lock in for life. We still coaching now. We almost in April, and we still doing it. And when you start seeing the results, you can't go jump in then. You can't jump in the water after the troubling is over. You got to jump in while you're in trouble. Anyway, that's the deal for the day. So you'll get a two coaches. What happens with that is that you get a chance to have a conversation with me, and it normally ends up 90 minutes. We discuss you. We go in and find out how to get the residual out. If you're not ready for your truth, don't come to the coaching. Don't talk to me. Because to deal with residue, you got to deal with how the leftover got there. And then how to turn it into residual takes effort. It's got to be a blessing for your life. Hey, Sean Speaks. I got to let you go. This is Life Pastor Kyle. It's been amazing today. Have an amazing Friday. And whatever you do, know that no matter what happens in your life, you can still win anyway if you just make the move. Peace. I love y'all, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.